Hi, I'm Tony Staten of River Region Ironworks. We gather men together to engage, to take our mask off, to be real with one another. And the way we do that is through what all men like. What's better than a free steak dinner? And so the nuts and bolts, we brought guys together from various businesses. My dad always said, if you don't ask the question, the answer's already no. So we went to a place like Texas Roadhouse and said, hey, could you provide rolls? It's a corporate program they have nationwide. They'll provide rolls for your event. We got a bonus. The owner believed in what we were doing, so we got salad and rolls. We started out buying ribeye steaks and cutting them ourselves. We moved from that to a vendor, a local Piggly Wiggly, who was doing that, and now we have another food vendor. So one of the things I'd encourage you is, especially as you work with a volunteer base, you have to be willing to change, be flexible, be open to their ideas, even if it's not something that you may necessarily think about yourself. Be open to engaging others. It builds your ministry so that it's not just sustainable by you, but by the volunteers that come to you that will help you. And so we do a free steak dinner. We do the salad, the rolls. We have someone else who does baked potatoes. Again, you have to ask. At the Fatherhood Commission, I had a restaurant owner say, it's much easier for me to give you food than to give you money. And so take advantage of those opportunities. I love what Jeff Kemp shared about come to the table. Well, there's something significant about men when we break down the barriers, when we take our church mask off and we just get real with each other. And we'll do that over a steak. And I do think you have to do it well. I had someone speak into my life a long time ago that said, be first class, be detailed, be organized, and people will be drawn to what you're doing. And so while some men might come even if the steak was like leather, you may lose some men if you don't do it well. And so we try to pay attention to the details and do things well, but use men as folks who will come in and just volunteer. Maybe it's put out napkins and knives. Maybe it's serving the food. Maybe it's cooking around the grill. But you give them a place that they feel useful. And that's so important in any ministry. Again, we've been very flexible to move. We've grown from a group of 70 to a group of 250 on a monthly basis. I cheer loudly for the fact that 200 plus men will show up in a room every third Tuesday without their wives bringing them. And so, we don't do hot dogs, we don't do spaghetti, we don't do taco, we do steak. Men will show up for steak. And we don't do a lot of advertising. We created came up with an app. My son actually runs my technical stuff, but it's called Textedly. TXETEDLY.com. Guys, simply sign up for notifications. We don't bombard people. We send about 4 per month. Just knowing how guys are wired. We start about 2 weeks before our event and say, hey, what's at stake is coming up on December the 17th, and here's who our speaker, and this is a great opportunity to invite somebody else. And so we really encourage our men to invite another man and bring them with them. And that's really how we have grown organically, which again is of significance. We don't want to be a one-time event. We want those guys to come back month after month and engage and be real. And again, I use the term taking the mask off so that we find out that other dads are experiencing the same thing we are. And so other things that we have done creatively, again, is reaching out to various vendors so we don't put a big burden on any one, but to try to spread that out. We have a restaurant that gives us cookies every month. You know, guys like steak, but we'll finish it off with a cookie. We have another vendor that provides soft drinks for us. So go to your local Coke or Pepsi bottler. You'd be amazed at what will be given to you. It's one of the core values my dad instilled in me. It drives a lot of the facets of our ministry, and that is, if you don't ask the question, the answer's already no. So ask, and you'll be amazed how people will want to bless you and participate and engage in your ministry.